feels pretty good.
Pretty amazing. You don't expect something like that. It's about 1 year later, and everything seems to be fine, and still Dory suddenly has a memory that she hadn't had before, and it sort of triggers the whole event of the story.
She's just on a search to figure out kind of where she's from and where her parents are and kind of who she is, really.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, for me, it was finally getting to share it with an audience who worked for many years on a film, and then just finally see with the audience and see their reaction was like was a dream come true. And we're so happy that it's finding such a terrific audience.
These films take 4 years to make, so for me, it's everybody I got to work with.
Yeah, and also just getting back under the water with these characters. I mean, it feels like going home again in some ways, you know?
Partially because the DVD was so popular, it was in everybody's homes for years. I don't think you could forget us whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah, and I think obviously there's something kind of very relatable in a weird way about these fish who are kind of just struggling through what seem like very relatable problems. One is actually trying to figure out kind of where you're from and who you are, you know?
Well, the biggest one is Hank. He's the octopus. You see him on a lot of the posters. You'll really get to enjoy him. And also we've got...
We've got a whale shark and a beluga.
And we also have a couple of lazy sea lions, Fluke and Rudder.
Yeah.
One of whom is played by
Dominic West over there. Yeah. And Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
Yeah. Well, you'll know a lot more. She's a lot more complex than I think people give her credit for, and there's a lot more going on behind her. There's a lot more tragedy in her life than people thought.
And I think it's a chance to revisit the old friends and to find some new ones in the new characters, and we're very excited to share it with the UK.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of the same heart and tone of the first one, but it doesn't feel like the same adventure. I mean, it feels like it's a really nice complement to the first film rather than a continuation necessarily. It's kind of a separate film, which is nice.